I have a picture of cold in my treehouse.
Okay, we're going to start our reading group today talking about a big word. It's called visualization. Can you guys say visualization?
Visualization.
Wow, that's a big word. Does anybody know what that means? It's taken from the word visualize. Do you know what that means? Any guesses? Great guesses? Well, we're going to talk about how it relates to reading, but if you visualize something, what do we do with our eyes? Kelsey?
Look.
Yeah, we look and we see. Yes, we're going to see. So what we're going to practice is we're going to practice visualizing pictures in our mind, okay? It's going to help us read. Okay, visualization is seeing pictures in your mind, okay, Grace? So when you're reading, Matthew, you're going to see pictures in your mind. It's how you imagine things when you're reading, okay?
That's how you have a brain to help you think.
And you're putting yourself actually in the book. I'm going to introduce our book in a second. But what I want you to do first is we're going to talk about our senses, okay? So how we use our senses when we're picturing things, okay? Do you guys remember what the 5 senses are? Go like this. Put your hands by your heads. This will help us remember the 5 senses. Eli, what was one of them? I saw your hand.
Smell.
Okay, smell. So we got our hands here. Smelling is one. What's another one, Grace? Seeing. That's right.
Talk.
Okay, so talking. Okay, so we have seeing, smelling, talking. What else? Kelsey, can you say one?
Listening.
Okay, listening. So we've got our ears. We have seeing, smelling, listening. Matthew, tasting. And then our fingers are up here, John. What do we do with our fingers?
Okay, I just lost it.
That's okay.
Talking.
No, what do we do with our fingers when we, like this is soft, this is hard. Eli?
Touching.
Touching. Okay, so here's our senses. We have, you can help point, lift up your one hand and we'll point. We have seeing, smelling, tasting, listening, hearing, touching, and tasting, right? So when we visualize things, Matthew, when we think of those pictures in our minds when we're reading, I want you to think of each of those senses, okay? So what we're going to read about is a book about a new playground. So I want you guys to imagine or close your eyes and think about being at a playground. This is where we're visualizing. We're seeing pictures in our minds. Now let's talk about the senses. Let's write some of these down. What do you see at the playground? We're going to draw an eye for an eyeball for what we see. Okay, John, what do you see?
A swing.
A swing. Nice. Kelsey, what do you see?
I see a ladder.
Okay.
Slide.
Excellent. Ladder. Grace, what do you see?
A slide.
Slide. Matthew?
I said that.
Yeah, ladder. Going up to slide. Matthew, what do you see? When you-
Fire pole.
What?
Fire pole.
A fire pole. Cool. That's nice
What's
detail.
a fire pole?
See how Matthew thought of something with detail? That'll help you when you're visualizing, when you read, when you're imagining yourself in the book. Eli?
Monkey bars.
Monkey
I was gonna do that.
Okay, has everybody taken a turn on that?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Let's do seeing. How about listening? I'm going to draw a picture of an ear. What can we hear on the playground?
People playing.
So kids playing.
People screaming.
Okay.
Why would they be screaming?
We hear screaming, just if they were having fun, squeals of delight.
Or scared.
What about John? Guys, what about, I'm seeing, when I close my eyes, Matthew, and I see the playground, I'm seeing some birds in the sky. What would I hear?
Tweet, tweet.
Yeah. What would you say, John?
I was going to say that too.
Tweeting or chirping? Okay. Any other sounds we might hear? Eli, singing? Some kids like to sing.
Boys do not.
Okay.
They sing.
Okay, let's try another sense. We've got seeing and hearing. How about smelling? Are we gonna, when we picture ourselves on the playground, do we smell anything? John, do you
We
smell
smell
anything?
friends, we smell hair.
Okay, how about, is there anything, that's a harder one. What do you think, John?
I can smell the wood chips. I really smell
Wood chips? Good. Wood chips. Okay, anyone else? Grace, do you smell anything? The wood chips, that was really good. Eli?
picnic food.
Okay, if you were on a picnic, that
Air.
okay.
Air.
Picnic and the air. All right, we've got seeing, we've got smelling, we've got hearing. Would we taste anything on the playground?
No.
Unless we're gonna lick something, but we probably wouldn't.
We could lick our clothes. That's what backs up.
Yeah, or if we had an ice cream cone or something.
know.
Let's shoot for, onion grass. That's a good one. Let's draw a mouth. Not that we're gonna really
I ate a
do
clover
that,
before.
but onion
I ate
grass.
a clover before.
It doesn't taste like anything.
How about touching? What different things would we feel? I know, but if we're on the playground, John, what are some different things we can feel?
The playground.
Okay, but what are some things specifically, Eli?
Fireballs.
Okay, and how does it feel on that fire pole?
It feels hard if you're sliding.
Okay, it's hard, but also, is it rough, or what kind of, it lets you, what kind of?
Metal.
It's metal, and metal is what? Is metal rough?
Yes.
No.
Not that rough.
Metal is, how is metal?
Thin.
Okay, but it's smooth, that's the word.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, shh, sit down, please.
Yet
Okay.
it could burn me.
Yes, John, one last comment before we read.
I was gonna say
Uh-huh.
when the slide set.
The slide for what you would feel, and literally you're gonna feel that on your bottom and your legs. Okay, Kelsey, we're gonna move on. I'm under a time frame here, okay? So let's look at our books, and let's look at the cover. What do we see on the cover, guys?
Playground.
Okay, those are the words we see. What pictures do we see?
Friends.
Friends. And what's in the background?
Swing.
Park and the
Okay.
slide and the
Let me grab some name sticks, and I'm gonna have you guys take turns. We're gonna read, we're gonna popcorn read, which means I'll draw the first person's name, and then that person will read a page, and then you'll draw. Okay, John, I drew your name, so would you read the first page, please?